already, Hugo. I don't want to jinx it, but here we go. We got Renegades taking on Team 1, trying to pull it back after a pretty grisly defeat over on Inferno. And of course, this is Team 1's map pick. Now, they might just look to go fast in towards A here. They've got this one smoke on PRT and a flashbang as well. It's going to get rained on over. Falling to block off jungle, not jungle, rather, connector. Ins. All right, nice bit of pistol work. Good for a double. Sicko and Malta get kills as well, and Maluki is left up in a 1v4. Odds pretty stacked against him here. Not really in a position to get much done either, with the bomb dropped at ramp and him being stuck in the palace. That smoke forces him to go back, and Sicko hears this, so Renegades know he's wrapping in through T-spawn.
Yeah, good luck, I tell him. But this could be the start the Renegades not just want, but need, really, in this map, considering not only is it their pick, but they got smashed back on Inferno. They don't want to get eliminated in a way like that. So pistol would be lovely. Nice little boost up. He knocks the bottom one off, though, and almost takes another. Getting blocked mid-air is Sicko. Might get tapped out as well. Alistair trying to close the gap. 2 bullets, and they chase him. That's a nice play for Renegades. They don't give him the room, and they take their first. Whoa. Team 1, no bomb plant, might even just force out of pure confidence alone. But I mean, they probably wanted to start quite a while ago, keep up the momentum from that previous map, which is, you know, mostly all gone at this point. Finally a chance for Renegades to show us what they got in this series. Yeah, that looks like a bit of hype. Looks like Malta and Co are getting ready to go. And I'm glad that Renegades at least aren't too swayed after how that one started. Odds on GGBet favor the side of Team 1, without a doubt. But can they put their money where their mouth is?
We've got this creeping mid control out from lower tunnels and top mid. Window smokes down. Also a smoke over at short side at the B bomb side. That was thrown by PRT. Team 1 trying to boost players up into the window. Is it just the one? Yeah, they'll send Pesadello up. Malta suspicious about this smoke. There's the flash, but sadly the peak comes in just ahead of it.
Yeah, why? Oh, back to the scout, I think, Sicko. Missed shots. Luckily, Inter's got him covered, and wow, everyone else picks up a frag or two. So it's a nice, clean anti-eco for Renegades. No casualties. But yeah, I love that idea of the window play, right? Boosting up and then flashing behind Pesadero. I really don't know why he goes early. Like, he knows the flash is coming in. He's hoping, I guess, that he can, you know, appear through the smoke as the flash pops, but well, even if the flash comes in, all Malta needs is to know that he needs to press the mouse one button. I think even probably if he's flash, he shoots. So, yeah, it was kind of a dead man walking situation, but fast up middle, no waiting around. Renegades flexing their muscles for a change, looking to take a third, and there's very little on the other side, just one deagle.
That's jump spotting for the info, but they're already out. They're already deeper than he thought. Now, they've got B, but they don't have the bomb here. Does Ins wait? They're hoping it's the classic, right? I don't think they were expecting this much success over towards this B-side push. And Renegades, while they did rotate players away, now they realize, well, bomb's not down yet. We only see one dude, so maybe we don't jump the gun on this rotation. However, Maluki, if he goes straight to the site, don't you plant for there. Ins and Alistair can both deny it.
Yeah, Maluki's trying to make the round-winning play, but really he should be making the money play, which is, you know, just getting the bomb plant on default, being covered from CT. But, you know, if he plants for short, he knows Malbs has a FAMAS in the site, maybe he can set up and win the round. But, like, that was never realistic, was it? Considering everyone's on Glocks and one man has a gun but no one else. So I like the brazenness of going for that plant, but they could have done with the money. Either way, they can buy, so it's not the end of the world. And a nice try on an eco round as well, catching Hats off guard and getting a couple of frags at least, so it wasn't all in vain.
Yeah, AWP out in this round now for Renegades. It finds its way into Sicko's hands, and he even adds the catch up, so he's there nice and early. Double Molotov into the apartments, and Alistair boosted up.
He actually mollies himself. He tries to throw it on car, but it bounces off of the close wall.
This early apps control denied. Once again, playing around with boosts down here in mid. Arb's going to throw Pesadello up into the window, and this time he's got a clear berth out through the window. And now he's here ahead of time, trying to deny these rotations. Sicko looking aware of this window position. Will rotate back through CT, makes noise on his exit. And In's now going back. Very, very suspicious about that jungle boost. Alistair has cleared out B as well. So now things get a little bit scary for Team 1. Renegades know what's happening in this round. They have a very clear read, not just on this window player, but also thanks to this information through the apartments. They have pre-rotated players around, and Alistair can catch all of these players down here in mid. The FAMAS is out. There's the lineup, and it's good for 2. Marbs will trade it. And so he's at least kept the A play open. However, as mentioned, Renegades, they've got everybody here.
Yeah, this is a nice move, but the AWP has read it well. Sicko moving into position and dropping the bomb as well. Picked up quick on the back of Pesadeo, who's going to run into B. But unless he hard clears bench, he can't win this round. Even though the plant will come through, actually, it won't even. Hats just denies it in the last second, but bomb plant would have been, you know, a buy round here for Team 1. They probably will still go for it, or at least put money in, but would have been everyone with AKs. Even if he got it, it would have been denied right after the fact. And so Renegades, this is already a far better showing from them on this map. It's more of what we expected, more of what we've seen from them domestically, and even to open the tournament, right? They showed a good face against Mouse Sports, who were in a bit of a honeymoon stage as well. So it's nice to see them actually getting off to a strong start early, rather than, you know, the game on Inferno we just witnessed. Fast out A, nades into the Palace, good damage to Skulls. T's are flooding the bomb site, but mollies are going to force them into fights the Malta is waiting for. Tip-tapping them back. Pesadeo, dodges a flash, but doesn't look back into the smoke, and Inns is waiting on a gap. 5-on-3, this should be clean and easy for the Renegades.
Yeah, there it is. Renegades up onto 5. Another dominant beginning, but this time it's Renegades building up some confidence, bolstering those bank accounts, and now feeling pretty good about how this whole thing's panned out. Team 1 not really showing anything too grandiose here to open this one up, right? A lot of these window boosts, these standard A executes. Now they've got the AWP on Maluki. Maybe that can be a bit of a difference maker. Looking to push and prod with that AWP. Okay, through the smoke, Sicko's caught Pesadello, so a man down early. And on top of that, Inns has got an aggressive down in those lower tunnels, trying to deny these window boosts. While he won't have any action, he will get the information that this area of the map is clear. And if he was going to go further, he's not. But if he did, he would uncover that the apartments is empty and these B players aren't even needed.
Yeah, the one-time Renegades haven't really had a heavy A-side setup, but this is fine with an advantage as long as Malta gets one, but he actually doesn't. Flashed out and PRT blinded with the kill. We'll be able to stick this plant. No one going to deny it unless they can spray through the smoke, and not really many attempts to do so. Crossing towards CT as well, trying to take ground as Hats gets closer and closer in the spawn. Flashed off. Nice utility usage by Team 1 to force more kills. And now 2 more CTs return to this position. Team 1 aren't falling for it, though. They know it's coming. They're set up for it. Is there going to be a flash? There's one thrown over. Inns chucks it. PRT blind, but Malbs does the damage, and PRT trades a kill. So it's all under control. He says the famous last words until Inns is in the clutch. He's going to try and stick the bomb. Nope. Quick tap, and traded by the AWP. So Team 1 find one and get on the board.
tell you what, there was a big kill there over in CT, right? When that flash goes over, I think it was it PRT who deals with the first player in? That's so important because with how they were lined up, it was like asking to both die from that flashbang. The fact that he nails that really does make all the difference. Inns tries his hand at the lower aggression again, but this time the flash gets him off the angle. Sicko will at least keep it in a 4-on-4 with his AWP. Team 1 grouping up in the apartments, still have Maluki holding down middle with that AWP. 3 strong inside of this B bomb site are the Renegades. And Team 1, they slow it right down. They're being very, very patient here. Looking like this will end up inside of this B bomb site. Flashbangs lined up by Skulls. Molotov as well, going to go onto the platform. That forces Alistair. Oh, no, wait, it goes past him. It's 4 at the truck. So they don't know about Alistair, and no one's even considering it. That's a freebie. They're so busy trying to trade that kill onto Hats down in the bomb site that Alistair's allowed to do even more damage. And at this point, Team 1, they're just saving. They just want to get away with this AWP. Maluki. Oh, close, but not close enough. So Renegades are up onto 6.
And not much room for the save. He's even being hunted from top mid. Not going to be ready for that. Might want to start running at a certain point. 8 seconds, they're going to start hunting. There it is. A shot from Maluki. One more man coming, but not in time, as the smoke gives plenty of cover. Renegades, they're fine with that. They don't want to throw too many bodies at the problem and lose guns in the process. They are looking to build their economy early, knowing that CT side money can be fickle, right? All it's going to take is 1 or 2 well-placed rounds for Team 1, and they could just batter this money into nothing. So it's important the Renegades keep guns alive, and that they do. 3 up in that round, finding a 6. The reset round onto Team 1 as well. Only get away with an AWP, and the temptation is always there to buy behind it. They could get 3 AKs if they wanted to, and I think that's enough. On a map like Mirage as well. They beg to differ. Deke's out. And definitely the safer play, right, in terms of getting a full rifle round in the follow-up. It just means that Maluki's going to be the one left lacking. Bomb plant would be lovely here. Right now it's Renegades running the show.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a bomb plant in a round like this, you can actually drop an AWP over to Maluki, and he could even look to throw you an AK. So a bomb plant really would make all the difference. Out they go through ramp. Skulls on the entry. Quiet start to this game. He's already pretty deep over towards Sam, which hasn't spotted the... Oh, Alistair saw him that time around. And now they've separated him. He's out here all alone. That Molotov denies the trade. That's a nice little reaction from Renegades to force that one player into a very awkward spot. Missed shot for Maluki. I don't know how. It looked like it was going to be the collateral. PRT will get his hands on the AWP, and Mobs is Deagle going to deliver the first in the window. Now trying to pincer this one remaining player in the A-bomb site, and AWP in his hands as well. They've scavenged 2 of them out of the round. There's the com peek, spots the flash as he's trying to set up his teammate in PRT, and is quick to capitalize on it. PRT, if he gets one more kill and then like falls off to save, that works as well for Team 1. At that point, you know, you're in a 1v2, so I guess you just go for it. Just bullying him. Oh, there it is. He had to go down eventually, and Malta's going to deliver it. 7-1.
Oh, how the tables have turned here, Harry. Flipped on its head.
So I just saw the money. I think there's a way in which you can actually still have the AWP in this round and have full AKs, because one of the players is at 6,500, which would be enough to drop an AK, get armor, and put the AWP in the hands of Maluki. But it looks like instead Pesadillo's dropped the AWP and bought a Galil. I thought, you know, I think there's actually a better way you could have done that. I think PRT could have dropped the orb, and then Pesadello.
AK though.
No.
Oh.
But so Pesadello had 6,450, and that would be enough for 2 AKs and armor. And then the guy with 6 grand could have dropped the AWP over.
Yeah. Get the accountant on the line, Harry.
Yeah, well,
bring him up.
Numbers, man.
Yeah, I mean, also you think about nades, right? And who's throwing what and who needs what nades. That's always something to take into account. But at the end of the day, you got guns, you got the AWP, you got enough utility, and that's what Team 1 really need. They're not going to dilly-dally too much with their spending.
Never mind, he didn't have 6,500, so forget everything I just said.
Well, liars will be liars. What can you do? Oh, deep B-up smokes. I like it. Well, Team 1 respect it, though, because they are here very early with fast plays, but not committing. There's no one there. No CTs are boosted up into B and taking aggressive moves, but it's the fear that they are is enough to keep Team 1 out of the apartments when they were set early B. Boost on Windows has been pretty good. They've managed to gain a lot of ground, but it was not spotted. Pesadello, not with the gun for the job. Oh, he's switching weapons. He wins the fight somehow. And now flashing through the window, he might just try and jump across and grab that gun. The nade puts him on 2, and out he goes, escaping into the wind. Sicko with the open spawn. The nade finishes the job, but Sicko can't hit the shot, and his teammate dies as a result. Mouse is now in the A site. Coming through window is ins. They didn't consider it. They knew he was there from earlier, but no reaction for Team 1 has kept things in the favor of Renegades. More fights being won from short, and ins has even pushed it, committed to the site. Now, they're not ready for that fight, but PRT still wins it, and this is just trades and trades again, all won out by Renegades in the end, 8-1. And they are styling right now.
Yeah, much better look from Renegades, right? It would have been a shame for this to all end in some rather anticlimactic whimper, especially when, you know, they had that close 14-16 in versus Mouse. We wanted to see more from them. We had expectations, and now they're looking to do right by them. 8-1, dominant stuff from the Renegades, out for revenge after they took a beating just moments ago on Inferno. Once again, pistol armor here for Team 1, setting in towards a B play. There's the utility to accompany it. Here come the footsteps. They hear it. They know it. The nades are good to try and slow this down, but players have already bled through. Hats will respond. There's another. Alistair just barreling through this smoke, not giving up an inch of ground in this B bomb site. And so suddenly it's down to 2 for Team 1. Pesadello with a late short play. I don't know he was here. He came from middle, ran all the way up. And so he will blindside the first man, but surely he gets put to an end now. Sees another. Oh dear, oh dear. 2 of these players are low, but luckily enough, Sicko's going to hold the line. Maluki left in this clutch. Both the low HP players are here, fighting in the site. And Malta, who's a long way away, is the only one with health. He's now positioned over here at short, but he's given up the aim of the game with that tag onto Maluki, who is getting given chances. Oh no, it's down to the 1v1, and Maluki swinging now versus the AWP, the last man left to beat. He plays the long game, smokes and mirrors for Maluki as he disappears and leaves Sicko guessing as to where he might be inside of this bomb site. One shot for either player is all that is needed to close this round out. And Maluki, he's behind you. Sicko waiting. And he knows he's pulled the wool over his eyes. There it is, the peak at the end, keeps it in favor of Renegades, but that goes from a 2-on-5 to a 1v1.
Sicko plays that very, very well, though. Like, I was scared when he dropped the smoke towards Forest. That was a bit dangerous. He cut off one of his 2-liner sights, but then he actually just gets behind the site, and that's the last thing that Maluki is expected after, you know, again, he makes a great play, like sitting in the smoke. That's a cool move. You're hoping the Sicko just sits in his spot, holds his angle, and overthinks it when he loses sight, but no, he takes it instead. He gets on the bomb site and denies the plant. That was a very close eco. Close. Oh, ain't gonna cut it, Harry, as you say. Team 1 coming in with guns regardless, and it's about time that they show us something on this T side. That's what we were saying about Renegades back on Inferno, but it's quite the turnaround. New PC, new me. Or what the Renegades say. and better results. Skull's still 0-10 as well. He needs to warm up, warm into this map.
Oh, that's a freebie for Sicko. Over the top of that smoke, and it's quite the scalp to remove, right? You take Mobs out of the round. That's one of the heavy hitters here for Team 1. Already sat back and just having to watch his teammates. Skulls v Malta.
Oh, he looked away. Why did he look away? Into the wall, hoping to dodge a flash, but there was no flash coming. Misto gets away from the molly, but into the bullet instead. What would you prefer? It's a tricky question. 5-on-2. Oh, good damage, but he can't finish the kill, and Alistair comes in big with a swing. This man does not miss, and Inns will help out as well. 5 alive, and we talk about money for the Renegades. Well, now it's flowing. Now it is there. Because it has been pretty precarious all half long. I mean, I say it, they are 3,000 and 4,000 a piece. You know, it's not exactly pretty, but they've got a little bit to fall back on. It's more than the past. Not like Team 1 are getting on the board, though. Nades are out. I imagine we're going to see a top mid smoke and then nades stack into window, something like that. That's pretty common on a round like this, and they have been getting faced in window a lot of these rounds. Sicko, he tried to make the cat jump, doesn't come through. Con nades instead do decent damage, and he's so blinded as well. Pesideo's back up in the ladder. They know about it. Alistair hears it, and Mouse has pushed very deep through the window. So Team 1 just trying to cause chaos and gain a lot of ground early. Can they hit the shots, though? Oh, it's not pretty. 5-on-3, and they are in the A site, but more misses. You can't afford to miss these.
No, right, you really got to win those, and they're not winning any of them. Pesidelo's got his hands on an AWP at least, and maybe the bomb plant here will be afforded to Team 1. PRT, this Deagle is cursed. Pesidelo got to do it all, the AWP. It's good for number 1. Any more? There it is, Pesidelo getting the ball rolling. And now it's down to 2. It's another one of these clutches that falls down to the wire. But this can't be another battle that comes so close to being won and then doesn't get taken over the line. He sees the shadow, duked out by it, still aware that there was this CT player, and so he's going to pressure him. Hats is on the angle and doesn't give anything over. Defuse to come in, and Renegades onto 11. One way, I think, to mentally reset after a grueling Inferno game like we just had would be if you came in and flat out embarrassed Team 1 on their map pick just to show, like, yeah, happens to anyone, doesn't it, guys? Well, that's exactly what they're looking to do.
Yeah, this is the Renegades I predicted. This is the Renegades I expected coming into this series. I was very impressed at how Team 1 performed in that first map, but this is more of what we have seen the past 12 months from this team domestically. And Team 1 are getting a beating. That's a very well played round for Hats as well, to stay in CT, especially when Pesideo is popping with the AWP. And, you know, it's an awkward 2v1 because you know, between Alistair and Hats, one of you's got to move through a long angle against the AWP. One of you's got to do something. And Alistair takes it upon himself, giving Hats the room to just wait and kill the aggressing AWP. Malbs kills the aggressing Malta. And Team 1, in a change of pace, have been gifted 2 kills early. Obviously, Inns dies in window due to him smoking or mollying the smoke and fighting it. Team 1 were very ready for that. And I mean, you can't lose a round like this if you're Team 1. You can't, well, you can, but you can't afford to. If you do, it's the beginning of the end. A 5-on-3, 2 players on the A site for Renegades, but no one committed. Full execute here. If that gets lined up, including a CT smoke, they are going to render this hold useless. They do get smoked, but at this point, no fear. You can either wait it out or you can go through it. And wait it out they shall. Put more doubt in the minds of Renegades.
Oh, Sicko Zorb. Yeah, there, buddy. He has to dart back in through CT. Surprise, but there's the double.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, this was a 5v3. You thought maybe they were on to a second round,
No.
but they ain't. Hats is putting up the defense. Maluki trying to chase him down is in with the first, but there's the trade immediately.
No.
A 3v5 coming up in favor of Renegades, and they only lose one man in the process. Looking like a completely different team to what we just saw at Inferno. Are we going to get back-to-back one-sided games? Is Overpass destined to be a 16-0? We'll never know, but only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, 16-0 for who, though, I think, right? Is that not like a quad overtime? Because it's so close and no one's going to give it up. But, yeah, this is crazy. That's a super impressive round for Renegades. Really good util coming in, like the cycling of smokes towards A. Molly, sorry, the Palace, and nades on the ramp, and then just slaughtered. I don't know how that is won by the Renegades. And Team 1, they have nothing to show for this half. This may be worse than the T side of Inferno for Renegades, right? That was 12-3. Team 1 now needs to get both rounds to even be on par. Quick B split.
Yeah, Inz is pretty close to B. Like, he's going to be there nice and fast. Oh, that's a kill. Guaranteed. Maluki up on the boost has opened up the round, and now the pressure applied onto the lone defender, the lone gunman here, trying to stay alive. It's Hats having to dance back and forth over on the van, and they will check for him. There's PRT with it. Sicko. Zorb have looked good over here on Mirage. Man, tempted fate. Oh, well, I can't really blame you for that one. You hate Pesadello for that, waiting to catch these players looking to save.
Yeah, good luck saving here.
Yeah, this is a bit of a rough spot to be in. Oh, now it's even worse.
Yikes. He had to hit that.
And Skulls gets his first. He's on the board.
Nice.
Team 1 in with 2.
Woo!
And it's the little victories that you got to keep an eye on here. Skulls, you know, wants to build back into this game. That's at least a baby step in the right direction.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter now, but throw us 10 rounds in the future and Team 1 suddenly, you know, they get 3-round half, they win a pistol, they're pulling it back, you know, and suddenly it matters. Suddenly, you know, Skull's actually getting on the board and finding a bit more confidence, believing it again does matter. Maybe not right now, but if we get to that point, it's not going to be done without Skulls. So let's see if they can form a recovery here, find a third in the half, but Sicko's got that orb, even though it's glass. He's picked up an opener. Maluki gone in the middle. Pesadeo grabs the orb, he was already low. It's this boost, just trying to look above the con smoke. They might find something here. There's 2 players, with their eyes on the prize. In for a surprise, but they drop instead, and Team 1 peel out of middle. 2 players ready on A as well. About time to set up for the execute.
Yeah, it's not going to be anything flashy. Like, they don't have any utility to actually smoke anything off. So you're just running in and hoping. Not exactly what you want as you're trying to salvage 3 rounds here. Here we go. We got these flashbangs. That is it in terms of utility that's going to help you get into the site. You've got Molotovs, right, which can either be saved for the post plant or used to get players out of position. Alistair will take the 1-for-1 trade. The scout besting a fully bought player for Team 1, and Pesadello, nade, not going to accomplish much. Malbs deeged out of the round as well, and so Renegades, they do it on a partial buy, 13-2, even more dominant than the cards Team 1 just dealt them on Inferno moments ago. So they're trying to get us to overpass, and they're trying to get us there in a timely fashion. But can they? Well, those results, they're coming up in a minute.
listen, Renegades send it right back to Team 1. It was a dominant game to open up on Inferno, but now Mirage, the pick of Team 1, by the way, it's a Renegades classic. They absolutely storm the board. They slaughter the first half, 13-2, and they look to take us to Overpass. Nice, quick, and clean. Can they do it, though? Harry, here to find out.
Yeah, like we all expected, right? Like, I mean, this is unreal. So we had a 13... 12-3 half, yep. And now a 13-2 half. Let's see how this kind of pans out. Pistol round decides it all for Team 1, but I don't need to tell you that. You already know. They're stacked up over here with 3 in connector. And Maluki waiting back in CT. Renegades looking like they want to keep it nice and simple here. They're looking to split into A. Players in Palace and this Con Lurk. A good setup for Team 1, at least, to deal with these connector players, but it's the Palace players that I'm worried about. They'll start to hit the go button now, and there's Malbs offering up a double. He's got to stop fighting. Pesadello with some missed shots, and it was looking good. It was looking like it was going to be all right for Team 1. They've at least dropped the bomb in Palace. Now, that's a bit annoying if you're Renegades. Getting that back ain't going to be easy, but when Alistair's nailing shots like that, maybe you're all right with it. Maluki, they know he was CT. They've got him trapped. And there it is, 14-2. Are they actually going to best Team 1 by 1 round?
Mate, if I'm Skulls, I'm molding, right? Like, you already are 1-14 coming into this half. And then that happens, right? You hear, you run past the vent, as you should. You hear it break. You turn around. You're still trying to escape as fast as you can. And then you just get bopped by the P250. Like, there's nothing Skulls could have done there. He couldn't have moved. He couldn't have fired faster. He couldn't have won. That's incredible. And I like the pistol setup. I like the triple con, but definitely whiff shots of Pesadeo. No one knew he was there. He was flying the ointment. They run past him and he just whiffs. So he needed that kill. And it would have probably been a Brazilian round. Instead, it's Renegades running wild. Ugh.
Oh,
Okay.
they really wanted that kill, right? They saw that they dinked him and they were like, well, it's free real estate, innit? But he answers back and Alistair actually takes one away. So Renegades, man advantage, 5-on-4, feeling good.
Yeah. What else?
Well, you know, rest of the story, Hugo, that's coming up. It's still to be penned. They're going to set up with a couple over here in the B apartments, and that is where the bomb's heading. In's having a little scout back in T-spawn, just seeing if anyone was there. And now that he knows there isn't, they're pretty sound in moving towards this B bomb site. Hats is even holding on to middle to try and cut down any players that might rotate through here. And so Skulls, alone inside of B, does at least have players at the short side to help. Well, did have players, but instead, Skulls is going to take down as many as he can. Puts up one hell of a hold, and Malbs temporarily given a 1v1, but there's that short rotation moving into position. Malbs hidden, and Hat's going to pick it up. 15 for Renegades. I didn't think you'd get more dominant than a 16-3 today. Little did I know, in the same series on the next map, it was going to happen at a 16-2, staring right down the barrel of that right now. Our Team 1.
The other way as well, right? Like, nice round for Skulls. It feels bad, man. You know, one kill, and he gets 3 here. Quadruples his kills, but it doesn't mean anything. They lose the round, and it's looking like they might even lose the map with it. 15-2, running through ramp smokes. Renegades have run out of respect. It is in low supply. And why would they be offering it up? Holly's all over Ace. Siko's going to bail. 20-6. Good time to reset, right? You've definitely seen like at least 2 players here. There were in fact 3 on the site. Go elsewhere. Look somewhere else for these picks. Only a solo B player joined by Malbs. Pesadeo pushed Palace, but he won't commit. Tap. Goodbye, Maluki. Siko looking sick.
It's going to happen. It's destiny. It was meant to be. And now this final one has to be a 16-1. That's just how it goes. It's got to keep counting down. It's going to happen. Pesadello, they're already past him. But this late lurk might come in handy a little later on. Even then, you're kind of clutching at straws, right? You would have to deal with like both players for it to really feel big for Team 1. PRT spotted in CT spawn. The other two B players are really far away, so these rotations take ages to come through for Team 1. The only man that can make any difference right about now, PRT or Pesadello. With this late lurk through the ramp. Oh, they do go back and check it though, so the double up comes through. All right, they both step up, and now the round gets interesting. Now it gets scary for Renegades. There's that one. Alistair gets the bomb down. How's he managed that? But they do wrap him. And they do put a third up on the board, so they don't give away the 16-2. Of course, as I'm saying, it's going to happen. It's a 5v4. You're up against just Eagles. That's the round that Team 1 are able to find to deny us our date with Destiny.
Harry, you've cursed enough games today. Okay, stop. Or not today.
I think it's me. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm convinced it is.
Stop.
That looked like it was going to happen. Like, of course.
Yeah, they go back to A, which, you know, they saw the stack there early. You saw the numbers. They knew there was no util left, so you can understand why they did. But yeah, back into the stack and back to an eco here as Team 1 look to find a fourth. It just feels so rough at this spot, right? Like so far back that you're not even really believing if you're Team 1, and that doesn't help. A D kill to open with a nades in window. Don't lose to this round, Team 1. It's only pistols, it's no armor, it's no nades more. Renegades just spreading out, looking for any clicks they can find.
I really believe that Renegades want this 16-3. Like, they want to be like, yeah, we did it to you too. And then I'll leave them on like even Stevens moving into that third map.
I think if they really wanted it, they would have forced it and force-ended it, but it's actually kind of a safe play to eco this one. Like, yeah, get them around and then just close it. That's what they're saying. Sicko's got a gun. But at this point, look, they're leaving A because they know it's not. Pesadello's pushed all the way through the ramp. Unless it's 4 men up at the connector, it's got to be a B play. And so the read is good. Skulls at the back of B, very patient. Nails that first one. Malta does get a pick, but Skulls has come alive in these last couple of rounds. We talked about it. It might not matter in such a one-sided scoreline, but if he can find a little bit more, even for that third map, it could be helpful. But Deeked out here, 10 seconds, Hats needs the plant. Surely they deny it.
Yeah, they're going to get him, right? He gets the bomb down, but that's all that will come to. 4 on the board for Team 1. A long way to go before you at all think that this comeback is doable. Like a real long way. I mean, hell, it could be 13-15, and I still wouldn't be believing just yet. But hey, man, you got to win rounds, right? That's the foundation of the comebacks. They're at least putting a few more on the board. And as you say, I think it's important, if this does go 3 maps like we're assuming, it's important that Skulls is in a bit more of a, more in the game mental state than where he found himself at the end of that first half.
If it doesn't go 3 maps, Skulls has done a damn good job.
Yeah, that is true.
So it's a win-win, right? Like there's no, you never give up, never surrender. Counter-Strike. Maluki boosted, or not boosted, player boosted on the outside, Maluki in the window. Malta is very open, but the smoke fades to his favor and he finds that first. Malbs tapped out by Alistair. Great first bullet accuracy as Team 1 are down by 2. This should be the round. Is there anyone here? Is there a hero to save us, to stop us? No. Alistair with a second. Malta is overwhelmed by that B rotate, but the bomb plant is in and Renegades are out for blood.
Yeah, they're looking to end it. The flash goes in, PRT can't see a thing, and it is left onto Skulls. Now, the ace clutch in what was a 1v4 would be a hell of a redemption story, but it's not going to happen today. Inns hits him with the Dolphin Dive, and Renegades take us to a third map. That's going to be Overpass. Will it be as dominant as these last 2, or are we going to get a more even bout? Stick around to find out.